What is it? More memories? Don't get too caught up in them. Forget the irrelevant parts and tell me what we need to know about her.
I can't just forget them. You don't know what it's like. I'm not like you. I'm not some amazing, revered prophet that everybody worships.
Revered? Worshipped? Very well, I shall tell you about my past. When I was young, before I became the Oracle.
What? Like, right now?
Just listen. I've never told anyone the story of my life before. I only vaguely remember it now, but my family were wealthy nobles. However, I didn't get along with my father. One day, I ran away from home and made for the royal capital. I was confident I'd be able to survive on my own given my powers of premonition. But I was just a child. Someone caught onto my powers. I was enslaved, but differently than now. They used me as a tool. My life became a cycle of escape and capture. I hadn't honed my powers yet.
But you had a home to return to, didn't you? Why didn't you go back?
I've never gone back home, not even once. That's how deeply I despised my family. And I knew they didn't want me back either. I learned my lesson. I stopped using my powers so I couldn't be exploited by adults. I lived, hiding my powers, until one day, at an orphanage in the royal capital, I met her.
You mean Kit Kat?
Yes, number 157. We called her Kit Kat. She's the one who saved me.
Number 157?
Yes, I was number 71. We weren't even permitted to use our own names. It was a prison disguised as an orphanage. We got along immediately, and shared our stories away from the adults' prying eyes. Claristia came from there as well.
Claris, too?
We fought to survive, clinging to our dignity, performing act after unspeakable act. Months, years later, we formed what would be the precursor to the Moon Society, the Witch Association. But eventually, the government found a way to use my premonitions for their politics and wars. When I predicted the destruction of the world, the upheaval phenomenon, that was when I became revered as the Almighty Oracle.
I had no idea.
Look, I didn't tell you all that because I want your sympathy. We all have dark secrets we want to forget about. That's exactly why we need to do the right thing when it counts. Is that understood, Nachiru?
Sounds like the ramblings of an old lady.
Maybe I am. I've lived much, much longer than you think. Well then, if you understand, tell me what you saw. I see. Go, huh? He was a despicable criminal we couldn't let roam free. We never truly intended to keep our end of the deal.
You weren't going to let him live, at least.
We weren't. I'm not ashamed of it. The morality of it isn't for me to judge.
That right. But it's why he destroyed the society, isn't it? For revenge?
Yes. His grudge drove his desire for our demise. That is all. Yet in the end, he was scorched by his own flame.
Why did Cece help him with his quest, anyway?
She's the real nuisance, but I don't yet know her true motives. What justice is it to some brat like her to destroy a world she knows nothing about? We must show her how much has been sacrificed in order to create and maintain this world, Nachiru.
You sound like the actual villain now, Yuru.
Now summon your Lantern de Phantasmagory. You need to obtain the curio before she does, at any cost. If you do, I can handle the rest.
What are you gonna do? Not charge into the front lines, I'm guessing. Oh, what about your prophecies? Earlier, you said you could make a new one, right?
I cannot conjure a prophecy now.
Huh?
The current prophecy does not allow for any others to be foretold while it is in effect. A new one would defy this one, undoing it. The current prophecy took a great deal of time to create, and is my strongest one yet. It's why Kit gave up her life, so that this single prophecy may come to fruition.
So that's what Kit meant. Prophecies sure are fickle things. I figured them to be more, I don't know, infallible? Anyway, what does this prophecy say about what's gonna happen from here on?
You really are as clueless as the rest. Prophecies can only come to fruition if nobody knows what will happen.
But you had a prophecy about me when we first met, right?
Did I now? Any street corner fortune teller could have pulled that off.
Well, whatever. Even if Fanti retrieves the curio, won't she come looking for you here?
Of course. I'm sure Jill Ruda told her about this place. I expect she'll be here soon. We'll simply wait until she arrives and fight her then.
How?
Summon the brigade again.
I would, but I'm not exactly in top shape right now. Don't think it'll turn out well. What? Think you can take her? We'll be fine. Just stay hidden.
Achi! Achi! Don't be afraid. I may not be able to do any spells, but I'm still an Oracle of the Sun. You can draw on my mana. Besides, the next time you use your own, it could drastically shorten your lifespan. No! 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 Could this child be any noisier?
Teriko, I'm fine. Really.
Listen closely, Nachiru. At the end of the day, a prophecy is just a prophecy. Only with your resolve will it become reality.
I know. I know.
Now then, Nachiru. We don't have much time. Summon Fanti!
Fanti, I have a hunch you're not too far from where you hid the curio. The labyrinth may have changed, but I can feel it. There are gonna be fights you can't avoid. Fanti, I know I'm always relying on you, but you have to get the curio first.
We're counting on you, Fanti!